think it's recording now. Yes, great. So everyone who is watching, whether you are a blocked player, a spectator or a god like myself, welcome to the live Zoom finale of The Circle Online. This is season 5. This is the first time we've done a Zoom live call. It's very, very exciting. On the screen in front of you, you have all of our blocked players. From the first blocked, we have Veronica, also known as Tyler, all the way down to the most recently blocked, which is Desiree over there. So this is going to be good. We're now going to bring in our first finalist into the room of sorts. If you've seen the show, you know what that's all about. And then I have a couple of questions for them, and we'll bring them in one by one, do the reveals. As you guys know, some of them are catfish, so that should be fun. And then we'll announce the winner. It's going to be a good time. So first into the room, we're going to let them in. You'll see them as they pop up. It's going to be super exciting. Here we go. Andy. Hi, Andy. How are you? Oh, you're on. There you go. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the circle room. Pretend there's a beautiful table with like champagne and flowers, but it's just us.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
A bit nervous, but I'm good.
Good. So I do have a couple of questions for you before we start bringing in your other finalists. Okay. What was your best and worst moments while playing the game?
My best moment was when I first became influencer. I think that was the best moment. And the worst moment was when we began the hashtag Losers Club, Susanna and I. That was the lowest point we had.
Yeah, that's fair. Everyone was watching that, so we can kind of, I guess, understand that feeling. So you've been quite a strong player. Obviously, you made it all the way to the finals. What was your strategy coming into the game?
I really didn't have that much of a strategy. Instead of just being myself. But before I met the players, I just wanted to be the most popular, get influencer, and block everyone. And I was going to be a little bit heartless, but it's not my... I can't work that way.
It's okay. You did a pretty good job, I think. You were quite sneaky towards the end. So I would say that definitely your strategy changed, but that's totally... Do you agree with that?
Yes, totally.
Yeah. So. Cool. Do you have one player that you would never be able to block, even if they were going to beat you in the end? And if so, who would it have been?
Ashley and Susanna, without a doubt. Both of them.
Oh, and we've just had Ashley join us in the call as well. She's muted because she's blocked. But hi, Ashley.
Hey!
So Ashley and Susanna, you wouldn't have been able to block? Couldn't have bring yourself to do it?
No. I really, if I could, which I tried, I was going to take both of them to the final. Okay, I will block everyone else, but they were going to be my team to say, even if they would beat me, like, they deserve to be there.
Oh, well, we got one of them there.
Yes, at least.
And Ashley would have made it if it wasn't for some circumstances. So yeah, very, totally. Very close. Very close.
Sorry, Ashley, for whatever happened.
Cool. So we are going to bring in the next finalist. It's going to be really good. You'll see who they are when they pop up. You can introduce yourself. And then I'm going to talk to them a little bit as well.
Perfect.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
So I am Jason. I am Katie. I am actually from Canada. I live in Ontario. I don't know what to say. I've been sweating balls all day. I'm really nervous for this, but I guess most of you knew who I was, so that's cool. That's cool.
How do you think they found out about you?
Well, I did have a good friend on the show, Game, tell me that when I entered, my name was not Jason. So that was lovely. That was very lovely, but that's okay. But yeah.
Oh, so Andy and Jason slash Caitlin, you guys can have a bit of like a talk now.
Hey,
You guys are in the
Hi.
finals.
I know. How are you?
Well, just I'm a little bit freaked. Hi. Just hi. My Canadian bacon, how are you?
I am great. I don't live in an igloo.
That's sad. I'm saddened now. Wow.
I know. What a lie, right?
But at the start, I really thought you were a girl because you were so nice. You were so nice. But then at the end, I really didn't like. I wasn't thinking about it. I was like, yeah, whatever.
I came
Jason.
into the game and I was like, fuck bitches, get money. I'm gonna get the girls to flirt with me. I come in and I'm like, I cannot be a guy. I just couldn't do it. Like, I don't know how to be masculine. I am so girly. I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was pretty hard. But if I was a catfish, I would have come as a girl. Really. Because I can't be that masculine. I cannot do a straight dude. I cannot. I talk too much.
Yeah. I was like, I can't do this. I tried so hard, but I'm like, I can't not be me. So, like, my face wasn't me, but everything I said was me.
Wow. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you.
It's
Mind
so
blown.
So cute. First catfish reveal in the finals. Super lovely. Love it. Do you go by like Kat, Katie, or Caitlin, or Jason?
I go by everything. You can call me like, hey you. I answer. So Katie works though. Oh,
Katie works?
I don't know if you
Yeah,
can see.
very pretty. So Katie, what was your best and worst moment in the game?
Okay, so my best moment probably had to be when Richard actually told me that my name was Katie or Kat when I came in. And I was like, shit, what? And I was like internally freaking out. I think my diary could tell that. And I was like, okay, so this can either go one way where everyone's going to know tomorrow or Richard's actually on my side. And I was able to trust him, so that was awesome. I think the worst moment for me was when I got called out. I don't necessarily think it was like bad I got called out because I would call someone out if I knew, but I think it was like it stung a little when someone said I wasn't genuine because I tried to portray myself. So I was like, okay, this is shitty, but yeah, but it wasn't getting called out because like that's awesome. Call someone out if you know it, right?
That's fair. That's really good point. Cool. So what would you change if you did this whole thing again?
I think if I was coming in as a catfish again, I would try to stick to my initial plan and not turn it back into myself. But I think that's about it. I was really happy that I kind of like was able to portray who I was though, because I feel like I'm kind of cool. So that's nice.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, we're going to bring in the next player, and they should pop up on the screen. Very exciting, very exciting. And then I'll talk to them as well in a bit.
Awesome.
Yeah. And bye for the reveal. Who is it?
I'm like shaking over here.
Just waiting for like a new face to pop up on my screen. Like, bring him in. Here we go. Hi, Rachel.
Hi there.
Hi, would you like to introduce yourself?
No, I'm Richard. It's technically not a lie. That's what my driver's license says. You can't hold that against me.
Espérate.
Yeah, so how have you been, Rachel? How are you?
I love you. I'm so happy right now.
Hi, Jason.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm emotional too. I'm emotional
Oh
too.
my god! Thank God. I would have lost my mind if everybody here was a catfish.
Oh, I'm so happy. Sorry.
Rachel,
It's
you're
okay.
so beautiful.
Oh,
You're
thank
both
you.
so beautiful.
I've been working hard at it. It's a lot of effort.
Oh,
I know you asked me a question like 5 seconds ago. I already forgot.
No, that's okay. I was just asking how you are.
Oh, I'm here.
It's good. What were your best and worst moments while playing the game?
I'll definitely say the worst is that I don't think I've slept a proper night's sleep since like the 20th.
Same.
I've gone to bed. I go to bed at 3 in the morning and I wake up at 7 in the morning and then sit on my bed with my phone on my chest for 3 hours.
yeah.
The best moment will genuinely be, well, I guess also the worst moment is when y'all kicked McCall out.
I felt so bad. My diary was like,
Bye.
my diary's like, oh my god, I think he's heartbroken. How can I help him? Can I support
I
him?
was heartbroken. I think he had a better chance than I did, so I'm surprised. But I would safely say that my favorite moment was talking with Andy when I thought like, yeah, I'm out. What do I have to lose? Let's just get crazy.
That's fair.
I'm so sorry I put you in that spot because you're such an honest person. And I'm basically just making you an accessory to my lie. So when I say I told Andy everything, I told him everything. Well, not
That's
everything.
awesome.
If I had enough time, I would have told him what happened to my first dog. But I told him everything relevant and then some. And then
Would you mind just giving us a bit of context around that, please, Rachel, just for anyone who's a bit confused, like the photos
Oh,
that
sure.
you used and all of that?
Okay, so the photos I used were me from about 5 years ago to 3 years ago.
That's awesome.
It seemed like a really good idea at the time, and when I submitted my application, I thought I was so clever. And then Tyler messaged me, and I walked around my house screaming for about an hour saying, what do I say? Because I thought I was being joked with. So I used my old photos, because I figured I can't fake my personality, or if I did, it wouldn't be that good, so I may as well just be who I am, but change the face a little, and maybe be like slightly turn up the obnoxiousness, just a little.
Just a little.
So if you're hoping I'm actually a different person, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
No, I love you. I'm just so
We
glad.
love you. We love
I love you all too. So when are we going to hike across the country?
As soon as this is over, so down.
Perfect.
So good. Okay. So Rachel, I do have one more question for you. If
Absolutely.
there was going to be one person in the circle that was playing in the season that you just could never block, like you could never bring yourself to block them, who would it be?
I like that you specified in the season because I feel like you knew my answer was going to be Devin.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay, good. I really thought hard about blocking Zuzana, honestly. But when Andy and I were talking, you said that you trusted Zuzana more than anyone else. And I thought, well, if I block her, it'll break your heart. And I can't do that. So
You're so cute. I love you.
directly, I could never block Andy. I had a really hard time justifying blocking Jason too, because we had such like a 9-hour heart-to-heart about God only knows what. I'm assuming you're the sister you talked about.
I'm the sister, yeah.
I had a feeling. So I was sitting there walking around my house like,
Oh my
no
god.
one talks about their family this positively.
Can't put her down, right?
Mhm. Like, you
I
ask me
love it.
5 questions about my siblings, every answer will be negative.
Same.
I couldn't block
Same.
Susanna. I couldn't block Andy. I couldn't block Jason. I was going to block Ashley, but Ashley left.
Plot twist.
I
It
know.
was a bit of a plot twist, yeah. Okay, we're going to bring in our next finalist. It's going to be super, super exciting. And then we're almost there. Almost time to announce the winner.
She's probably asleep.
Hey, I'm not asleep.
Oh my god, why not? What is it,
Hey.
like 3 in the morning?
Wait. This face, I need an explanation. I see Andy, so I'm good with that, but you are gonna be
Jason.
I don't know who you're pointing at.
Me neither.
both of you.
I'm Jason. My name's Katie.
I knew it.
I am actually from Ontario, Canada, though. So.
Okay.
Katie Baker, guys.
And I guess Rachel's gonna be Richard, isn't it?
My government issued ID says Richard.
But you don't quite look like the pictures, but that's okay. Like, my biggest worry coming into this video chat was that I was gonna have to apologize for referring to you two as fake Jason and fake Richard in my diary the whole time. So,
Wow, fake?
sorry.
I love it.
No, but the face is kind of similar. It's just
Well, I mean, okay, whatever.
I'm like a really good like duplicate. Like what's facsimile, that's the word.
Wow, okay, that's too complicated for me. Sorry.
Okay, I'm the version you'd order on Wish.
Oh, well. Okay, but like, to what extent was like Richard actually you?
Richard was who I was 5 years ago.
Okay.
I'm still that obnoxious, but it's turned down a little bit. So I am sorry if I bothered you.
No, it's okay. I knew, well, I mean, I felt you were fake as in, I don't, like, for lack of a better word, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I wasn't being disingenuous about everything.
That's okay.
So like
That's
when we
okay.
talked about fitness, it was coming from a genuine place because that's basically what I started doing. So I started
awesome.
losing the weight like 3 years ago, and now I'm like half the size.
You're barely there.
Love it. Okay, so is it pronounced Susanna?
It's Susanna, but just
Susanna?
go with whatever. Yeah.
Cool. So I do have a couple of questions for you now that you're here
Go
in
for
the
it.
finale chat. So like, what was your strategy coming into the game?
Strategy. Okay, so the thing is, like, from the beginning, I kind of knew that I was like gonna be very heavily dependent on what kind of people were gonna be in the game. So like, planning something beforehand felt kind of pointless. So I wasn't really getting into that. And then once I was actually in the game, I was like, I don't know, like, it was just moving so fast. I didn't really have time to plan anything, to be honest. So I just kind of went with the flow, and yeah, here we are now.
No, that is fair. And what were your best and worst moments in the game?
I love that question, actually, because I realized that the best and worst moment were basically the one and the same thing. So the worst moment definitely was when like Anthony started going all out on me and Andy, and he was like, "Oh, you guys, if I'm not safe, like I'm totally like ratting you out in the circle chat," and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Oh, sorry, can we swear here?
Yep.
It's
an 18 plus server.
Sorry, I have a really low tolerance for swear words in English, so I swear a lot in English while I don't in Czech, but whatever. Anyways, so when I was just like, nobody can possibly be like taking this game this seriously. Like, come on, it's an internet game. Like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, really, like, I just didn't really understand what was going on, and I thought it was really weird. And then the best moment was literally when I saw Anthony's video, and I was like, this is just epic, and I was like cracking up the whole time at the video, and I was like, okay, great, like, so nobody is actually taking it that seriously, it's just like a persona thing, and I love that. So that would be it, I guess.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, cute. Okay, so we have one more player to bring in, and then all 5 of you will be here. We have some spectator questions for all of you, and then we will announce the winner of season 5. Super exciting. So hopefully they pop up on screen. Go. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to the face-to-face meeting. How are you?
Good. How are you? Oh my God, I see Desiree
damn,
throwing up
she's
a
real.
heart. I am real. I am not lying about my identity. So.
So take a look around. We've got the blocked players, and then we have your fellow finalists. You're the last finalist to join the call. have a look around, ask anyone any questions that you have before I start asking you questions.
Okay.
It's all girls.
I first of all don't have a question, but I guess Kat, I hope you didn't take anything I said like personally. I guess like the info on that was I found this out in the most like innocent way possible, I swear. So my friend like runs Discord games for us, and he was like, oh, I want to do like a month-long circle game, and I hadn't told any of my friends I'm doing this. And so I messaged him and was like, hey, I'm in this really well-run game, and I couldn't figure out how to share the server. It like wasn't showing up. So I remember being in the Love is Online server, and that it had been shared a few times. So I searched the circle, and then someone had said that like, oh yeah, she has a Cat Jason profile, and I'm like, motherfucker. Okay. So then I went and I looked at the pictures from that day, and the one that you did, I was like, a girl fucking drew that? That's not a dude. Oh my God. Why didn't I even think about this for 14 seconds? I was so mad at myself. And then I wasn't going to be such a dick about it, but like, I wanted to make a group chat, and then we didn't get to do group chats, and I was going to try and play the middle so hard, and I didn't get to. So I hope you didn't take anything I said like personally or offensively. It wasn't in like the slightest. It's just like my last ditch game move.
No, understandable. It's funny actually, because on the first or second day, Rachel was like, oh, when you came in, your name said Kat and not Jason. I don't know if anyone else saw it. And I'm like, fuck. So they kept my secret, and I'm like, oh my God, did they actually go and tell everyone that it was Kat?
Also,
right? So
Richard is a girl named Rachel. Where's that at? How do I find this?
I guess it's different on every screen.
Yeah. Okay, so there was Kat, who's Jason, I figured out, and then Richard is Rachel, and then I heard all girls. So is Andy a girl?
Andy's an honorary queen.
Honorary
Well,
queen. Okay.
half and half.
Okay, I was like, I don't know what I've like walked into. And then me, Desiree, and do you say it Zuzana? How do you say this?
Oh, you're muted.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was muted. I couldn't unmute it. Anyways, it's Zuzana. It's like with a Z, but just go with whatever.
Okay. Well,
it's hard to kind of insert it into an English sentence. So.
Zuzana. Got it. Well, hi everyone. It's nice to meet all of you.
Yeah, exciting. So Kari, I do have a couple of questions. You came in as like with Desiree as the last newbie entering sort of thing. What was your strategy coming into it?
Well, my strategy was entirely thrown off once I saw that Desiree also entered with me. I was expecting to enter by myself, so I was ready to just throw myself at anybody and everybody to like latch on as a number. Like I was gonna be the slut of this place, like circle slut, Carrie Dahlia right here. So when I entered with Desiree, I was like, oh, this like gives us a chance to have some numbers. So like we lucked out that we were able to talk to each other immediately, and we kept communication open through the whole thing. So like my strategy got thrown out the window as soon as I like entered the circle. And from there, it just became, okay, it looks like it can be like OGs versus new. And if we can at least get Anthony to keep being the wild card he supposedly is, and maybe we can swing him this way and kind of like manipulate some stuff. So that was really it, was to try to just like play things in favor of, I didn't have to be the most liked, but I didn't want to be like at the bottom of the ranking. So I also like was trying not to get power. I threw that first challenge. Ashley, if you're here, like I knew that riddle as soon as I read it. I'm sorry. I literally read that riddle like 4 days earlier, and I was like, oh, it was with sisters. Like I know exactly what to say, but I don't want to come in here and like win something because that could be bad. So.
Okay, interesting. Right, so we do have a couple of spectator questions for each of you. I just have a list, and I'm just going to go through and just like fire them off at you. They are using your catfish names if you are a catfish, so just be on out for that. But the first one is for Jason. Why did you choose the bio that short?
Okay, honestly, I was like, hey, if I'm going to be a dude, and my plan was to come in, fuck bitches, get money, I already said for the people that missed that. I was supposed to be this cocky-ass dude that clearly I wasn't. And I was thinking, like, I'm just going to be cocky, cool, and yeah, that's all. And it didn't work.
Didn't work. So Carrie, you kind of talked on this already just before, but apart from just not wanting power, was there any other reason why you decided to throw that event? Like, it might have worked for you if you had that power instead of Ashley.
I mean, like, in the games like these I've played before, it's always been like Big Brother and Survivor kind of based, and it's like you don't want to be seen as too much of a threat. And so I kind of figured that if I'm in one of these games, like, that mindset is probably carrying over here. And I just didn't want to like come in and like, I already know that I'm a bit like bold personality, so I didn't want to like come in and like be me and then like win something. I just felt like it could be too much. But like I also wanted it. I had reached out to Ashley that first day, and because I'd seen that she'd been an influencer the day before, so like I felt being able to kind of like help someone and be like, oh, remember, like, yeah, us too, girl, like that type of thing could be more beneficial than whatever I would have won. Because like I was in there so late, I need to make connections as quickly and like as well as I could. So that was the main motivation for it. I would have if that challenge had been the second one, like, so say the story thing was first and that was second, I would have hands down ran away with that challenge because I would have had some like time in there for people to talk to me. But I didn't want to come in and like win something too fast.
Okay, cool, interesting. Ashley, who would you have chosen to block if you hadn't left the game yourself? So, unmute you. There you go. Should be good.
Am I okay?
Yep.
Wow, that's a hard question. Honestly, probably Zuzana, because I thought we were cool. No, I had no hard feelings at all. I was not being sketchy with her. I really liked you like the entire time. But then when I found out she was like, oh, like we're not cool, then I probably would have blocked her. Yeah.
Oh. So just for anyone who wasn't aware of kind of like that situation that was going on, from the event that Kari kind of threw and gave Ashley the power, she could blindly flip any places in the rankings that she wanted. So she didn't know the ranking list. She could just say, hey, I want to flip this number and this number. And she decided to flip 1 and 7. Richard was number 1 and Ashley was 7. So she became the super influencer, realized what she'd done, and not because of that, but, you know, ended up taking herself out of the game. We reverted back to the original rankings, which meant that Richard got to be the super influencer. Surprise! So
I don't know how I did that. It was completely accident. I was like, you know what? I don't know where I'm going to be, but let's just do this for fun. And then I was 7. So I actually helped myself, but then everything happened. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
wow. Spectators were going insane.
That's funny.
Cool. Susanna, other than Andy, did you feel loyal to anyone else in the circle?
I'm like, well, do I have to give a long answer or is a no simple short answer?
Extremely long answer.
You can be short. You can be short and sweet if you want.
No, I mean, so that's not like not like in a mean way at all, but like I just felt that like very early on, I and Andy established like a fun relationship where I felt like I kind of wanted to chat with him. And so then like usually I would just waste my chat on chatting with him. And so I didn't really have the chance to just chat with anyone else as much. So I actually, there's like no one that I would dislike actively. I liked everyone and everyone seems super fun. I just didn't have well, selfishly enough, I just wanted to have fun and talk to Andy, sorry.
Oh, that's fair enough.
I love you, Susanna.
Love you too.
Awesome. So we've kind of already touched on this. Oh, no, we haven't. Sorry. Missed question. Anthony, this one's for you. You ready? If you were still in the game, who would you have wanted to bring into the finale with you?
Oh, that's a good question. I would definitely, I mean, to be honest, I'm sorry, Andy, but I would not want you there because you're a huge threat. I wouldn't want Richard because she's also a huge threat. But if I had to like choose between blocking one of those two, I would have probably in my diary. I would have a long-winded explanation. I'd probably block Andy if I had the choice. But I would have definitely kept Ashley in because I felt like I had her a high ranking on lock with her. So yeah, that's what I would have done.
So, any responses to that from Andy and Ashley?
I mean, it's a good plan. It would have worked. That's for sure.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Okay. Matt/CJ, is that a question or are you?
Yes. From the peanut gallery, I have a question for Anthony because
Oh boy.
you know I see a lot of myself in Anthony. Don't worry, this is just the game perspective. So
All right, let's hear it.
you talk about being the strategist, and I'm sure you've played like other survivors and like Watch Survivor. So I guess the thing that I sort of stepped back and was sort of confused by is that you had a perfect spot between 2 4-people alliances that could just sort of go to war with each other. And so if it was maybe blown up later on after more people got taken out, could have got that. But you blew that shit up on sight. So like, I just sort of want to know the reasoning behind that.
Good question. I was also put into a tough spot because I became the influencer that day. It probably would have been better if I was not the influencer, and then I could like keep going around and they would block whoever, not me because I'm in both alliances. But I got influencer because I was in both alliances. So I was at a tough spot because I had to block someone. I could have blocked who was it? There was someone who wasn't in one of the alliances. I forget who it was though. But I could have blocked that person. But I don't know. I was just ready to betray someone at that point, to be honest. Just because it's more
Also,
fun.
probably didn't help that Andy was the second influencer.
Yep, that's true. But I agree with you. I think it would have been better if I had waited a little bit longer to make that move. Because that hurt my game a little bit into the future, obviously, because I was blocked.
Fair enough.
But it was
Fair
fun.
enough. Alrighty, I have now a question for Veronica/Tyler. So there were so many fun events this season. Shout out to us gods. Which one do you wish you had participated in the most?
Probably the maze. It seemed really cool. I probably would have sucked at it, honestly. But I would have liked to have given it a go.
Cool. Yeah, fair enough. Any others?
The song one too. Yeah,
I can vouch he has a good voice.
He's
Awesome. I'm back. Okay, Jason. So that's Katie. We have kind of touched on this again a little bit, but basically the spectators really loved your performance as Jason. And kind of what they want to know is, like, was the personality you gave him more like you or more like your brother? You're unmuted now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So once again, like I came in trying to be like my brother. I really wanted to like get that masculinity out. I cannot do that. So it was 100% me. I think, were those my brother's pictures? Yeah, they were my brother. Yeah, so it was me. I think I just kind of got caught up in it and I was like, I can't be mean to people. I care too much. So yeah, that's where it happened.
Oh, fair enough. That's good. Ellie. Hello. Question for you. Your approach to talking strategy was very straight to the point and quite upfront. While this was amazing to play like a Survivor style game, on the circle it can be a bit of a death sentence because a lot of it is about connections you make. Do you wish you had played a bit sweeter? And there you go. You can speak now.
Like asks if I'm ready to be unmuted. Do I wish I played sweeter? No, I don't. I personally don't really like that strategy. Like when people do that to me. I will say honestly though, I don't think anyone in this, when I was playing, I don't think anyone really did this. but I really don't like when people are talking to me and they're just like, hey, like, how are you? You're the best. Like that whole thing, it makes me actually feel more disconnected with them because they're not showing me like any element of who they are at all. Whereas like I was looking to make honest connections with people, firstly because I like people, and secondly it's a good thing in the circle. But my strategy going in, I thought about it, and I think everyone has at least some part of their strategy is to make connections with people. And I thought to myself that, you know, I can make connections all day long, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything because nobody's gonna like honestly tell you that, you know, they don't like you or whatever. So they don't really mean anything because unless you explicitly say like what the plan is, you could be on a different page. So it's like if I talk to somebody for 9 hours and I'm like, okay, cool, like I'm good on that one. And then they interpreted that as just like, oh, we were chit-chatting, and they put me at the bottom of their list and I put them at the top of my list because we interpreted that interaction differently. Then, you know, that 9 hours was basically wasted. So for me, I was like, let's just like hash this out so we all know what's going on, especially when I thought we had a good alliance that would have carried us to the final, Anthony. But so that was something that I was like, if we establish this, sorry, long-winded answer. If we establish this now, then that will carry us through, which is why I was like honest and upfront as early as possible, just being like, hey, do we actually want to do this? Or should I spend my time with people who do want to like talk honestly about what strategy we're using?
You fucking killed me on that date.
Why?
Because like similar to what she was saying, like within like the first 5 like back and forths with each other, Ellie, I don't have, you know, word for word, but she's like, this is what I am. I am about loyalty in this game, and I'm about people who are honest. I'm not here to play with people who are fake.
Well,
so are you gonna be fake in this game? And it was just like, you were just speaking French. What happened?
Here's the thing. Like, I was not really interested in, like, if you play the circle mean, if you play like a fun online game mean, I was like, I don't really want to like play if that's going to be the case. I would rather be like honest and play it like not really backstabbing. I do understand that's more entertaining. And like, Anthony, I don't think you're a jerk. I know you were just playing the game, but like, I would rather play it as like hard strategy, like making friends, but also like, let's discuss, like, let's have a group of 4 people where we discuss and like figure out like, who do you think's going to rank who where? And then we can figure this out together. And then like, you know, if there needs to be backstabbing, we can do that in the final or whatever, but like stairs. But yeah, I don't know. I was big on the strategy thing, I guess.
No, that's completely fair. I think, you know, it was a good strategy. It was true to you, and really that's kind of what's important in a game about either being yourself or being someone else. You know, you want that sort of thing. We do have a question now for Bill, so just Dan at the moment because he's the only half of Bill that's here. Having 2 people play one person, especially when they're both from opposite sides of the world, was going to get quite messy. Okay. The spectators wish that you guys had stayed in longer, but how would you 2 make crucial decisions such as joining alliances or ranking people? And what would happen if you ever disagreed?
I honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of glad that's why I was kicked out so early. Because, like, the hardest part of the game was, like, just getting established, like, personal connections. And that's, like, the key to doing well in this game. Because half the time I would have to, like, reread all the conversations and just make sure, like, I didn't, like, fuck up anything. And, like, I was, like, so nervous the entire time, like, about what I said. So I just didn't even, like, enter some conversations. I was just like, I just can't. Like, when you guys were talking about Animal Crossing, like the fact that Bill loves video games but he doesn't have Animal Crossing, just like, I guess I'll just talk about The Sims. I don't know. So yeah, the alliance part. I mean, we both had like the same feelings. He would kind of like read over my notes for the day, and then he wouldn't give back his feedback in the morning. So we didn't really disagree. We kind of like understood. We were mostly on the same page, but also it was very early in the game, so it could have went the other way.
Do you think that if you had stayed in the game longer, it would have just been like whoever was online was calling the shots at some point, or?
Yeah, so he basically gets on here at like 10 p.m. So the game's over, Circle Chat's closed. He was only Bill, I guess, pretty much till like 11 a.m. in the morning, so 10 to 11, then I was Bill the rest of the day. And then the day that I got blocked, I assumed that he was going to be up in the morning, so I like slept in until 10:30 or 11. And then I saw that he did not do anything as Bill in the morning. I was like, oh, fuck. So, and then I got blocked that day. And then he had to wake up for me to see that happen.
Here we are. Oh. Now we have a question for Desiree. Hello.
Hello.
The question, literally word for word, says, oof. Getting blocked by voice chat doesn't sound like fun. Can you take us through how you were feeling before, during, and after your blocking?
Okay, this is really awkward. So basically, I was new to the game. I didn't really know how this worked. I didn't know if there were other voice blockings, but I was told, hey, everyone join this voice chat. So I joined the voice chat, and then I saw a message. I had muted myself because I'm like, I'm not supposed to be talking, I'm just listening. And then I saw a message that was like, if you see the voice chat, you're being blocked. I was like, oh no. I wasn't expecting that. So I went into the voice chat and I'm like, hello, what's happening? And by the end, you know, I think I learned a lot more about Rachel, and I connected a lot more than I did before when we were in the experience together. So I'm grateful for that, but I was still very confused and very caught off guard. I didn't know what was happening.
Oh, that's fair. It was our first voice blocking, so we were very interested to see how it went. I think it went well overall. Like, very awkward for obviously those getting blocked and having to do the blocking. But as a spectator, very fun. That.
I felt very out of place.
Our next question is for two people, for McCall and Anthony, that has written here, is that beef I'm smelling? Have you two talked things over since you've both been out of the circle?
We still have a lot of beef. I think we are still rivals. And
I think
will
a
be
death
for the
threat
rest of
has
our
been
lives.
sent like every day. I don't think
pretty much. Yeah, by each of us, multiple a day.
Yeah, like I will wake up, there's a text from Anthony like, hey, you shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's a good morning then.
That's accurate.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. No, we're good. I don't feel any hard feelings or anything.
I'm just vibing. It was a game. I was mad when I was blocked.
That's
Obviously, I was mad when Ali and CJ were blocked. My homeboys, what's up? But like, I don't know. I've been blocked for over a week, so I don't really care anymore.
Good. We love that you guys are bantering together instead of trying to kill each other. That's what we like to see.
I still want to frame that one post in Anthony's diary where after Michael was blocked, he was like, I have successiously taken out the rest of the musical OG.
I'm putting that shit on my wall.
And he was like the next one blocked. So like technically, like, he did it. He accomplished what he set out to do.
Yeah, that was iconic.
And that leads into a very good question for you, Matt/CJ. Your exit video was one of the best highlights of the season. I know that you were told that you couldn't say anything outright to throw off anyone's game in your video, and you could only be passive aggressive. But now we're here. Is there anything else you would have wanted to say?
I feel like at the point.
Go ahead. Let it out.
No, because half the time what I was doing, it's like, all right, well, if I'm out at this point, I got nothing to lose. So if I want to go, all out, I'm just going to go all out for the fun of it. I hate drama in real life, but in games, I'm just like, I sip tea on the daily in these things. So like, if there's anything I didn't say, there was one line where I missed out because obviously I was talking about Anthony. I was like, somehow you keep letting the head of the snake be the head of the rankings. And like, that was going to be like my big punch. But then other than that, yeah, I was going to say congrats to Andy because I was totally coming after him. And I knew as soon as he was up there, like, partially because part of it was because he was kind of flirting with my profile and I felt really bad. It's like, I don't want to do this to him. He's such a nice guy. But overall, I think that, I got everything out that I wanted to sort of set everything in motion. Obviously, we got, Michael's that, and with Mikhail's blow up, I feel like that was some quality entertainment, and
It was.
Overall, at the end of the day, and entertainment's what I go for.
Oh, awesome. That's a really good answer. Thank you. I have now a question for Andy. Andy, one of the turning points of the season, and arguably like the climax of it, was you breaking off that A to Z alliance. Was Richard/Rachel extra convincing when they spoke about blocking Anthony, or were you already feeling shady vibes from him? Unmute. There we go. No, back. Unmute. There we go.
Just like Jason and Richard, I already knew they were catfishes because they were like too nice. They didn't match with the picture. But when Richard said that to me, I was like, whoa. He has nothing to lose. She has nothing to lose. So, and also I needed someone to try and take Anthony out because I can't do it alone. And so I sided with Richard and gave him my trust. I took a leap of faith.
And it paid off. Anthony was blocked, and here you are in the final.
Thank God. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you.
Awesome. Exciting. Susanna, hello again. As a spectator, you were so interesting to watch because you seemed to let people in, but then also kind of retained this like lone wolf status. What strategy, or we've already kind of answered that, why did you decide to kind of, be a lone wolf?
Can I?
Yeah, it should be good to go.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm generally a person who hates lying, and I feel really sketchy when I have to do it, and even like saying half truth, sorry, this is where English starts being a problem at midnight. That's kind of like something I don't like doing, and it makes me feel weird even when it's an internet game. So the more I could write it alone and the less promises I made, the more comfortable I felt with myself, and knowing that, I could go to bed and not feel like shit about myself, even if it's just a stupid game. I still don't want to lie. So that's basically why that happened, or why you guys felt that was the case. I wouldn't say I was a lone wolf, but okay, whatever.
It's okay. It's just the way the spectators described you. That's all right.
Thanks, guys.
We love you.
Cool. So back to Ashley. So you've expressed to, like, throughout the entire game and in this chat before, that you really didn't want to play with a lot of strategy and you wanted to see how far you'd get from people liking you. But you've also expressed that you would have been more strategic if you had ended up staying. So now they want you to put on your meanie hat and tell you what you would have done if you had stayed in the game. And you should be able to speak. There we go.
I think the only reason I said I would be more strategical is because I kind of shot myself in the foot when I was all dramatic in the circle chat. So I was all in my feelings. And then I came in 7th, and I was like, fuck. I fucked up. Oh, sorry, cussing. But I was like, yeah, yikes. I did not expect that at all. And then I was like, well, since I left because of my family emergency, I just didn't even think about it. But then I was like, if I would have stayed in, because I got so lucky switching 7th and 1st, like not even realizing that I even did that. And I was like, I don't know. I guess I say that I would have been more strategical, but I don't have a plan as to how that would have gone. I just would have tried, I guess, to stay in longer. Because, like, if I wouldn't have done that, I was getting blocked anyway by Rachel. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I would have done, but I think I would have tried to be a bit more strategical to get into the final.
That's fair. That's good. Okay. Here we go. And Rachel?
Uh-oh.
Question for you. You seem to have a switch in your demeanor towards the end of the game. You went from wanting to connect with people and just kind of have a vibe to like some serious strategizing. What event, if any, brought that side out of you?
I'm pretty sure once McCall got shunted off the game, I was like, screw it. Let's go. Like, I was pacing around constantly, like, trying to evaluate, but more fly on the wall than active participant. But then once I saw McCall go, I was like, oh no, this will not stand. He's done nothing but entertain and play the fool, and now yeah, it was. He's wonderful.
That's
and I
fair.
figured, like, well, I was thinking I was getting the same kind of vibes. I didn't trust Andy or Anthony. And then McCall called you out, and I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one feeling weird.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we could definitely kind of see that after McCall's blocking, you did have a bit of like a shift, which
And it was mostly just, I thought I was out, so I was like, whatever, let's break something on the way out.
And yet here you are.
I broke a lot of things, but I am still here.
And back to Susanna again. Spectators want to know why you didn't trust Ashley.
I never said I didn't trust Ashley. That's like, I don't know who ever said that and wherever that came from. Like, basically, I didn't even have a plan. Like, I and Andy talked about wanting Anthony out, and like, there was nothing against Ashley discussed. Things against what?
I think it was just because you called me sketchy in your diary. And I was
Whenever
like,
I say things in my diary, like people put emojis on it, I find it funny, whatever. But
fair.
no, seriously, that's like, and also like I use words and I don't necessarily mean them. But I don't know. So I still don't know if that was the truth. If there was, if Andy was actually truthful when he was saying that there was the other alliance where I was being the like. What was the word that you used? Expendable or whatever?
Expandable.
What was the other alliance?
So did you make it up, Andy?
No, I didn't. You were expandable.
So that's what I was meaning by the sketchy thing. Is that you three guys, you, Ashley, Andy, and Anthony had that A-team thing going on. And Andy told me about it. So, yeah.
AAA battery.
I thought it was just like, I didn't even know that was happening, I guess. I mean, like, because there was never like a group chat like me, Andy, and Anthony, and we were like, we're a group, we're an alliance. Like, I don't even think I ever used the word alliance with anyone because I didn't like it. But I was, yeah, I don't know.
No, seriously, like, don't take it personally. It wasn't personal at all. And I seriously, like...
No, I get it.
No.
That's the I get it of someone who doesn't get it.
No, like, I get it.
I get it, but I hate you. I get it. Okay.
No, I don't hate you at all. I have all of you, and I love playing with you, Susanna. It was a lot of fun. No, I just was confused because I didn't know that I was in an alliance, I guess. I don't know.
You know what? Like, we all worked with information we had, and like that's something that I hated the most about this whole thing, because like I felt like I had to question every single sentence, and it's just kind of drove me nuts. So sorry, I didn't really like. It wasn't nothing personal at all.
Cool.
It was.
Right, we have
in the dark all the time.
We have one last question, and this is for all the newbies who joined the circle. Sorry, my voice has just gone funny for a second. There we go. So the circle online and like in the TV show, it's notorious for giving newbie players the shorter end of the stick. Okay? But this particular season, season 5, it ends with the majority of the cast being new, with 3 out of the 5 of you being newbies. How does that feel?
I feel like I lucked into it, so...
Oh, I was gonna say that it feels cool, but at the same time, it's a little different because really for most of the time, I almost didn't feel like a new person because I came in on day 2, so it was literally just like, oh, somebody's gone. Oh, well, you're bringing in another person. It felt like one of those like day 1 big brother evictions where it's just like, oh, you're just gonna put in another person now. But I would say, I'm still proud. Go newbies, go us. We went out there, we did that, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to see slowly just the different ways that the different paths that all of the new players had to sort of go and sort of climb up to the top, even though I might not have necessarily been there for the majority of it. It was still cool to see because sometimes we get so used to it's just, oh, it's the OG players. They're just going to run through it all. So to see something different happen is really nice.
Yeah, okay. And what about our newbies that are in the running for this glory and prize money?
I would like to personally thank Anthony for blowing up all of the old players, because if it were not for him making everybody distrust everybody, I don't think we would have got our foot in the door.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of feel like I lucked out being here, because it could have as easily been me over Desiree. Now knowing that it was Rachel who did it, and like we had a fun conversation the day before, I guess that's what kept me safe. But
my phone died. I flipped a coin though.
On the
Like,
two of us?
Yeah, on the two of you.
That's fucked up.
Look, I was already
we had a
for.
really nice conversation. Okay, so I'm gonna, in my mind, in my narrative, I did the socializing I needed to.
You did.
And it wasn't heads tails.
Okay, well, it really wasn't. I rolled like a d20.
Well, still not gonna happen in my narrative.
It's
Yeah, so I
because
guess
we
I'm
connected
really lucky
so
to be
well.
here. I'm really lucky to be here.
I think I'm only here because of Rachel, so I love you. Thank you.
You were my number one.
Cool, alrighty. So basically, halfway through this season, we revealed that there was actually going to be money to be won this season. First time we're doing it. All the money came from spectators. So people donated, basically, during this COVID-19 pandemic, their hard-earned dollars, so you guys could have a prize. So thank you, spectators. Pretty happy? Yes. And it's been slowly growing throughout the season, and it's currently at where it's going to be. And the prize money for the winner of the Circle Online Season 5 is going to be $190.
Nice.
Pretty exciting. More than we were expecting, so yay. I was like, yes, here's $20, but no, $190. It's amazing. And now it is time to reveal the winner. Just like in rankings, I will go from like 5th to number 1. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. Celebrate when you need to celebrate and all of that. So in 5th place for the Circle Online Season 5, we have Jason.
That's okay. I'll take it. I'm at the top, guys. Still number 5.
Good. And number 4, we have Susanna. You guys are all just like staring at me. It feels really intense. I'm like, oh.
Andy,
I have such power right now.
Andy, whatever happens, I love you.
Okay. In 3rd place, we have Andy.
What?
What?
Oh my God, Kari?
It's Carrie, but
Carrie?
that's okay.
I can't. I know too many Carries, and they all spell it differently.
I know, I'm one of them.
Okay. Here's my big pause for dramatic effect.
This is crazy.
The winner of the Circle Online Season 5 and winning $190 is, drumroll, Harry.
Wow.
Ooh.
Congratulations, you won.
Is this a joke?
Not a joke.
I was not expecting this in the slightest, especially when I just like went balls to the wall in that last event. That's crazy.
You made those connections, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, I talked to the only person I didn't was Zeus, but we were like partners in the thing. I don't know. Wow, that's nuts.
Yo, where'd Devin end up?
Whoever Michelle Channing Circle Slut is the best thing that's gonna happen to me. Actually, the reason I was late, I was on a really good date, so like I'll take Circle Slut as the second best thing that's happened to me.
So we also have fan favorite. So spectators vote for their favorite player of the season. They can be blocked, they could be finalists, whoever they liked to see the most. And the fan favorite gets a customized emoji of them, which is super, super cute. So do you, Carrie. You get a winner emoji as well as the money.
Hell yeah.
But our fan favorite for this season is McCall. Congratulations. Super exciting. Yay. So if you guys want to finish this, we go back to the Circle Online server. There's going to be the emojis are going to be ready for you guys. Carrie, you're going to have your official gold title. It's going to be super, super fun and super cool. Thank you guys so much for joining me here in the finale for our live Circle Online.
Okay.
Michael's trying to give a speech.
Yes, there you go. He's unmuted.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, go ahead.
Thanks, guys. I didn't think I'd get it. I played a dumb Brave game, but I appreciate the spectators looking out for me. I'm done. That's it.
So exciting. Yay, so we did it, guys. We did it.
God.
Party. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for being here. I know that it's sometimes awkward having your face on the screen. I feel like we rocked it. You guys are all amazing. And I can't wait to see you back on the server. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go celebrate. Bye.
Bye.